Hello, Hiroshi Shibe here, and doing an outside shoot. I see Louis Tallman occasionally with his vlogs. He goes outside. He lives in Wales, so there's a little bit more green. I'm out here in the desert. As you can see, there's a bit of a skate park here. A little street skate park action going on. Oops, got a little tilted there. But anyways, I just wanted to rant about fees. So today I was trying to do something with my STORJ coins. If you're unfamiliar with STORJ, STORJ is a cloud drive decentralized service. It's been around for a while. I'll have a link in the show notes to my Shawn Wilkson interview. He was one of the founders and primary developers of STORJ. They won like a hackathon. I want to say they've been around for about almost 3, maybe 4 years in the space, which is a very long time for a big coin-centric development company. And initially STORJ ran off of the Bitcoin platform. What it was is basically their premise is you have extra hard drive space, or maybe you develop your own servers, and you make that available for people. It's distributed in a decentralized manner, so there's multiple people that have your information across 6 to 20 different, little nodes. It's encrypted, so it's encrypted end to end, and only you have access to the information. So while it might be stored, storage, if you will, on someone's hard drive, they don't have access to your information. So they don't know what your files are, they don't know if it's a movie, picture, or the contents or whatever. And it's so widely distributed that if one node fails, that you can go to other nodes to retrieve your information. And as a reward for people who make their hard drives available, their servers available for this content, if you will, they are rewarded STORJ coins. And it's based off of the counterparty platform, the token platform. I know everyone's talking about, Ethereum and the ICOs, initial coin offerings, which are tokens. Counterparty was very first in that type of space trying to make the development. It blew up for a little bit, and then it kind of just petered, and I want to say it's gone stagnant, but I'm not seeing much activity with Counterparty at this time, even though XCP has gone up in value. Maybe people are looking into it because, again, it's based off of the Bitcoin platform. They're tied, they allow Bitcoin mining to validate and develop their tokens. So what ended up happening was, because of the fees and a lot of the controversy going on within the Bitcoin space, STORJ moved to Ethereum and allowed them to do not only another, an ICO, but it allowed them to, I guess you could say, do a little bit more with it, if you will, with the Ethereum platform that they personally needed to fulfill their project. As a company as a whole, they had a couple series of I think earlier this year they raised like $3 million through traditional investment. I think it was through their initial coin offering. 30 million was done through them, through their token sale. And they have a little bit of issues. They're supposed to release a platform, if you will, a roadmap about the sale in and of itself. That hasn't happened. It's actually almost 4 weeks behind. They're supposed to release the new coins, if you will, to people who participate in the sale. They haven't paid the users of STORJ in and of itself. So it's a bit of a problem. But also the problem was the people who utilize STORJ. They have this old Bitcoin version of the token, and they need to go to the new token to keep their investment, if will, keep the token. And that coin is SGCX, and the new one is STRJ. And you have to convert it from the counterparty wallet token to Ethereum. And it's a whole process, and it takes like 72 hours and things of that nature to get to the different token. So you have that whole dilemma going on there, and it can be a little bit tedious and difficult, particularly because Ethereum is new. They don't have as many wallets as, say, Bitcoin. Even counterparty wallets have more. They have an app. They have all sorts of different stuff going on there. And plus, it's been tested in let's just say counterparty. I've rarely heard of any hacks happening off of a counterparty, whether it be through the wallets or any of the platforms going on there. Versus Ethereum is having all sorts of hacks all the time. But anyways, I was trying to offload these STORJ coins originally in the counterparty wallet, and I was having a problem with placing them on an exchange. Because STORJ is considered a token, you have the whole SEC crackdown, so a lot of exchanges that once upon a time had the token no longer have it. You have to use a counterparty DX, and not much activity going on there again because counterparty is not the new hotness, if you will. I ended up downloading the Indie wallet and going through there and seeing how I can sell my tokens that way. And the reason being is at this time, you know, the original version of STORJ is 50 cents a token, and the STORJ CJ is 60 cents. So if someone like me were to sell a token for 50 cents and then you were to go through the conversion process, you can then go on the exchange and sell that and have a profit, if you will, 10 cents or whatever. Or if it keeps going up, gain, because you grabbed one token for cheap, converted it, and profit, if you will. And that seems to what's going on. I only did a little bit just to test it out. Holding I have quite a bit of it. See how it goes. May convert some of it to the other token. Not really sure. But in the counterparty wallet, when I initially tried to do it off a counterparty and put it on the DX exchange, it wouldn't let me do it because it was saying not insufficient funds. And I had about $15 in Bitcoin on there. I don't keep that much in there. It's just, the sole purpose, if you will, is for the transaction fees the miners have to pay to move my tokens. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I have 15 Bitcoin in there. It can't be $15 per transaction. Things are supposed to go down because of SegWit. That wasn't the case. So in order to change the fees and stuff like that, I had to go to the Indie wallet and go through there. And even through the Indie wallet on a medium priority, it still wasn't sufficient. So I had to go to 21.co fee. If you just look up the company and look for fee, they have a whole breakdown of what your Bitcoin fee is supposed to be. So I go in there and they're breaking it down, and they have it broken down like in Satoshis, in BTC, where the BTC in the BTC for you to calculate. And it's when I go to the Indie wallet, they have it broken down to BTC, and so that's fine. So I figured out, going through the process, figuring out what, and they have it like color coded in the 21Co. Green means this is the fee amount you pay, and that's what's gonna get your transaction through. And it just was very frustrating. I had to figure out what Satoshis were, and then I realized I can do it to BTC, figure out the BTC was, calculate it out, and figure out what that means in USD. Am I paying $5 to send this out? Am I paying $1 in BTC to send this out? How much of my BTC am I going away? And while I'm using the dollar amount, yes, Bitcoin, whatever value, we should be thinking in Bitcoin terms. Until Bitcoin is 0.000001. One Satoshi is worth a penny, or I should say $1. Actually, $1 in value. I'm going to think in USD. I'm going to think in fiat, because until Satoshis have actual value, on their own, instead of in the collective of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 Satoshis, I'm thinking in USD. I'm thinking in fiat. That's what I'm thinking. And it's just very frustrating that they can't do a calculation, if you will, with these wallets. They haven't done adjustments. They haven't done any fees. And I know it's very difficult because the fee market goes up and down. I know SegWit has come online. It's supposed to help with the congestion, whatever. You also have different wallet providers and things of that nature. And it has to do, as 21Co broke it down, it has to do with, well, I, the consumer, is only concerned about the Satoshis I'm sending. The miners are concerned about the bytes, the transmitted information, and how much that costs them to bundle my transaction into the block. And so it's a different fee mindset, if you will. And I honestly just don't give a shit. I honestly don't give a shit. And the analogy I give is this: I like popcorn. Okay, I watch a lot of Netflix. Sit down with the family. That's what we do. We cut the cord years ago. I personally cut the cord as an individual, like around 2004, and just went to the movies, rented DVDs, got stuff off the antenna, if you will. What I could, I watched online. As things progressed and got easier, you know, particularly around 2006, 2007, it was much easier to watch television online. It was free. It was before the Netflix services and before the big three, ABC, NBC, CBS, started to put stuff like only 5 episodes. You should have entire seasons. You used to be able to binge Lost, if you will, on ABC, dating myself there. But, you know, I kind of know how, you know, convention air, microwave works if I wanted to sit down and really think about it. But I don't. When I pop my popcorn, I pull the bag out, I get, you know, pop secret, you know, not supposed to really be eating this, but, you know, movie popcorn, butter popcorn. And all I have to do is they actually have a button on my microwave that says popcorn. And I can hit that button, lay it out flat, and it's 2 minutes and 20 seconds and my popcorn will pop. Now, the manufacturers of both the microwave and the popcorn industry understand that people love popcorn. That's why you have that feature. You have popcorn, I think you have pizza, and that's pretty much all I've seen is pizza and popcorn. That's what people did. Maybe hot dogs might be on some machines, but I think it's pizza, popcorn. 2 most popular food in America here, speaking from the States. I know we're fatty, horrible eating people. But anyways, different microwave machines, you know, heat a different way a little bit. There's a little bit of a variation, not to mention the fact that people have older machines. You know, if it still plugs and still works, why am I getting a new one? People pretty much cheat most things like cars. You run it until it's fully done, and if I can't fix it, eventually chuck it. Not everything is disposable, if you will. So what I'm saying is you have on the back of, not only in the bag, but the back of the microwave, the variation, like you can do this in 2 minutes, 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They give you that variation depending on your microwave, and it says it on the back. For my popcorn, that popcorn button, some of my popcorns can't pop at 220. I have to go to 230. And so I have to manually put it in depending on which type of popcorn bag I use. And that's all I need to know. I've already figured it out. The first time I put in I think it was Oral, the guy with the face that used to do the commercials, white hair, whatever his name is. I used their popcorn one time. I had to do it at 230 with my particular microwave. And I figured it out after I hit 220 and it didn't really pop anymore. And when I did the 10 seconds, once you pop, you can't really do add time, you just burn stuff. So I knew the next time, it's like, okay, why don't I try 225 manually? 230 was the perfect thing. I figured it out. It was that simple. But the point of it I'm trying to make here is it should be that simple with the feed market. It should be already pre-figured out. It should be, yes, it goes up and down with a high priority, medium, low. But when I put like a dollar amount, when I put $50, and it doesn't matter if it's $50 or $1 million you're sending, the fee is the same, all right? I should have in the function, whether I want to choose to read it out in Satoshis or cents. I personally want to do cents, okay? Should be in the background, if you will. If I put a penny, it should have a red light flashing saying, is not going to get confirmed. Okay, if I put 5 cents, yellow, it may get confirmed. 10 cents, green, ready to go. It should be that simple, like a color coordinated, all figured out. 15. I shouldn't have to go to the fee market and figure out what Satoshi bytes and Satoshis, whatever. I should be able to put the USD amount because that's what people are thinking at this point until we get to the point where that one Satoshi is worth $1, and then people will think and start prioritizing and thinking in bits. But we're not there yet. We're 5-10 years from thinking of that. You know, I think I saw an article about, you know, it takes, you know, Bitcoin to be worth $1 million for it to be considered currency. Don't think it's going to be the case, but it's going to be $1 million for one Bitcoin for it to be $1 for a Satoshi. But the point being is these wallets are just getting, you know, people are getting frustrated. They send these transactions and realize they lost $40 to $50 of their Bitcoin because they hit, everything was automatic, and they sent $50 for, you know, a $300 transaction, $50 for a $15 transaction. They're overpaid, and it's pissing people off. They're going to their other coins, or they're not using their Bitcoin, or they're like me, and when they have to do a transaction, getting even really, really extra pissed off and going, okay, what's the Satoshi? Okay, let me calculate it out. It doesn't really figure it out for me. So what's Satoshi? Satoshi equals to the Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin to my USD. So I know how actually the dollar amount I no longer have, then the amount of Bitcoin I no longer have, and figuring all that shit out. And it's irritating. It's irritating. This should be so fixed by now. This is a UI problem. This is a customer service problem that's been plaguing Bitcoin. We're about to hit 2018. The 10 years since the paper came out is coming up pretty soon. It'll be 11 years since the code came out. Or 10 years since the code came out, 11 years for the paper. We should have these customer service issues figured out, and don't let me get started with Coinbase and some of these other companies, and even STORJ in itself, for not being on the ball, communicating and saying through Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that, the reason why they don't have their roadmap out quite yet and explaining the token sale. It might have to do with the SEC, it might have to do with global stuff, it might have to go through legal. Nothing mum's the word. And they're not the only company, there's several companies like that. But as wallet providers, currently right now it doesn't look like Counterparty even allows for the conversion to SegWit for me to fix my my fee problem, if you will, if I wanted to. It's just annoying. It's beyond annoying. I wanted to do a simple transaction, test something out, and it became an all-day ordeal to figure this out for myself, to sit there and calculate. And I shouldn't have to do that. This should be just dead simple. Me go into my microwave, put it into the popcorn bag, and knowing the variable that if for this particular popcorn, you know, because the machine's already figured out, the wallet's already figured out, I hit the button, I have a reasonable amount sent. If it doesn't quite work, I can manually do it. $2.25. It's not that hard. It's not that simple. You know, not that overly complicated, and it goes. I shouldn't have to sit and think about heat and oven and the air and figuring out, you know, what exactly down to the millisecond how I have to cook my popcorn. You know, it's just like 1, 2, 3, 5. Imagine if you had to do that with your microwave. You had to figure out the convention and the heating and the air for your microwave to figure out how to cook your stuff. You had to do those calculations in your head or out on a piece of paper for each item you had to cook. No one would ever fucking use a microwave. They wouldn't. It would be pointless. Might as well go to the goddamn oven. Because we've been doing fire for centuries now. Thousands upon thousands of years. Why use a piece of hulking electronics for that? It would be fucking silly. It would be stupid. And so that's my rant. Even a little bit of beautiful weather. Some kid went on his Razor scooter, got up there, did his little bit. Probably weirded out that some woman's out here ranting to the camera, but normally there's nobody out here, so. Anyways, that's just my rant. It's just goddamn annoying, beyond goddamn annoying. They need to figure out this UI issue with the fees so we can calculate it, either enter a cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, give me a red, green, yellow, green, something. And it's the lowest. It's the lowest amount I want to send. I shouldn't be sending $1, $5, $10, $15 fucking transactions, $50 transactions, overpaying or whatever, to send my Bitcoin. It's supposed to be better than the current system that we're utilizing, and it's demonstrating itself not to. It's getting phrased, and people are getting a little irritated. People want to spend their Bitcoin, but right now they can't really spend it because they don't know what fee they're going to get hit with. That's all. Thank you for listening, and